So this tutorial is going to be about importing hard JAWs and saving them as a JAW GDML file. So what we want to do is start off. I have a template in F drive, TNG, data, fixtures, JAWs, and it's either soft hard JAWs or hard JAWs. So we go hard JAWs, and there's a blank file. Only reason that I'm using this file is because it has this T-nut already loaded in there. So what we want to do is go File, Import, and we're going to bring in the model of the JAWs that we want. So we're going to bring in some shrunk JAWs, and we're going to do the 38-4s, and that's a x_t, which is a parasolid file. So we're going to import as a new part. Hit no on the CAD diagnostics. Okay, now we need to rotate. So if we go to manipulation, and we're going to select this part, rotate, create a copy, total angle 90 degrees. If you don't know which way, it doesn't matter. So I would say you got use for origin, but that's dependent on which work plane you are on. So I would just say no, and we're gonna choose our axis that we want to rotate along. So we're gonna rotate along this axis and then hit apply. Now it went the wrong way. All you gotta do is just keep hitting apply. So you're in a rotate mode. So now that we've rotated it along the z-axis, we need to rotate it along the y to get it vertical, like this. So all we have to do is just pick a new axis, select that, hit apply, and it's going the wrong way. All we gotta do is hit apply 2 times, and it's in the right spot. Okay, so we could shift this over a little bit. Alright, so we need to figure out how much is from 0 origin to this face. Now that you're in this mode, you do want to be careful. Just hit exit to get out of that. If you hit apply, almost seems like you're hitting OK. It'll just keep rotating. So just go exit. Now you're back to normal. So if we want to, we can measure, and there's a few ways to go about it, but if we measure this face, and then element 2 is going to be this origin. So element 1 is the origin there, and then this face. It tells us that there's a 0.31496 Z delta. So that's this. So if we take this number, we could just translate this. So we need to go out of measure mode. So select your part, translate, and we're gonna go in the Z. So we're gonna say 0x, 0y, and we're gonna go minus, paste that number. Okay, so again, we're in translate mode, not to be confused with the other one where you just hit OK. If you keep hitting apply, it'll keep moving. So once you've moved it and you like it, then hit exit if you don't need to move anymore. So we need to move this down and line it up with this circle here. So You can either measure, and that's one way to do it. We can go back to measure, pick this center point, element 2, choose 0, and that'll give us a distance of 4.311024. So you can translate that directly with that number. You can also select your part, translate, and hit 2 points. Since we know this face and this face are parallel, they're on the x-axis, we're going to just move from point 1 here to point 2 here, and that's gonna, and hit apply. That did not pick it. Let's try it again. There you go. I'm not sure why I didn't take the first time, but yeah, it moved. So it looks like everything's in position, and we want this z-axis, which is going to be the kind of the chuck position, is what it's going to snap onto. So this point here is going to snap onto these JA points, and these are found in where the chuck is defined. So we don't need these points. These are actually irrelevant when creating jaws. They were only defined when originally creating the chuck and defining where the jaw points are. So now that we've put this in position, there's only 2 holes. If you have a jaw that has 3 holes, then you're going to need to save different GDML files for each position, whichever hole you want to be the bottom. So what we're going to do now is go to File, Save As, and then choose GDML. Make sure you choose the jaw files GDML, not any other one. So jaw files GDML, and we're going to call this Shunk 38-4 OD jaws. Okay, and that's going to save the GDML. Now, for whatever reason you think you might want to save this, we can also save, go Save As, and save the Esprit file as well as a Shunk. And then just delete the GDML, and then that'll save it. If you ever need to modify something later on and re-export it as a GDML, then you don't have to re-import and do all those steps again. And that's it. That's how you export and set a jaw, a hard jaws as a GDML file.